This podcast is brought to you by Legend Comics and Coffee in Omaha, Nebraska, located in scenic downtown Benson. They got a new location. It's absolutely gorgeous. Check it out. And by listeners like you. Go to Patreon.com/2headed nerd. Become a patron. Support this show.
Once, they were two best friends managing a comic book store. But when an innocent blood oath went wrong, the two found themselves trapped in the same body, imprisoned in a strange pyramid made of long boxes, buried deep below their hometown, where they are doomed to discuss comic books until the end of time. They were once Joe and Matt. Now they are known as the Two-Headed Nerd. And this is their podcast.
Broadcasting from the Ziggurat and Omaha in caverns deep below the metro area. I'm trying different inflections so they don't all sound the same. It's our pleasure to welcome you to episode 797 of the Two-Headed Nerd comic book podcast. See, I did it there. Really weird. I'm your head number one. My name is Matt Baum.
I'm your head number two. The internet's Joe Patrick. I can't keep up that level of energy. I live in an apartment.
I'm losing my voice as it is, so, you know.
It's time for another new comic show where we will review 8 comics from the past 2 new comic book days. It's Wednesday for us Americans, and I think it is Wednesday for all over the world
worldwide,
days,
baby. Yeah, everybody does it on Wednesday.
All right. Get on our fucking level.
And if I'm wrong, fuck you, huh? Eat shit, rest of the world.
Yeah, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, America! Fuck yeah! No, that is not this show. That's a joke.
We also talk about them and some other stuff that we read as well. After that, we're going to set you up with our must-read new comic picks for next week, England.
In this episode, Joe and I are going to celebrate the return of Vic Sage, a.k.a. The Question, who's finally back, but in a Black Label book, and no, he doesn't get naked. Then we're going to get covered in gore in the new chapter of Philip Kennedy Johnson's Hulk, and there's no time to take a shower because Keanu Reeves is back in BRZRKR after that, and he's a pirate now. Plus, we're going to catch up with Ed Brubaker's Criminal before it hits Amazon Prime, and we're going to celebrate 2 years of the Marvel Ultimate Universe, and we're not going to forget Doctor Strange's Homecoming. Wait a minute. He's still stuck in Asgard. All that plus a peek at the rest of our comic pile. There's a lot here, folks, and I hope you're ready for it, because it's review time in Ziggurat.
Well, you made it through Black Friday. You made it through Cyber Monday. But before you try to survive New Comic Book Wednesday, we'd better explain our rating system. Each comic we review is rated using our 3-point scale of buy it, skim it, or leave it. Of course, these ratings, like the traditional Jell-O salad, has layers, and they can change in the moment. They represent our opinions, and we'd love to hear yours. Just don't expect us to agree unless you donated to us on Giving Tuesday. See what we did there? Full circle, baby! Macho, fetch us our review comics and our rain slicker. I have a feeling this one's going to get messy fast.
Indeed, we have a gore fest in store, and just in time for the holidays. Here are your review comics for the week of Wednesday, the 26th of November.
You may be looking for a mature reader's badge on this comic, but it ain't there, folks. This is parental guidance, suggested only. I'm not sure why, because it's the Infernal Hulk, #1 from Marvel, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson with art by Nick Klein, cover by Klein as well. Colors by Matthew Wilson, letters by VC's Corey Pettit. It's 32 pages. It's $4.99. I'm not going to go into the whole solicit because we just reviewed the last run of this crew's Hulk. And when I say this crew's Hulk, I should say Nick Klein took a bunch of issues off. So I'm hoping he's going to stick around for more.
He came back for a strong finish.
He did. When we left off, the Hulk was in a very, very bad place. The Hulk basically lost. You don't need to know what happened in the entire run of PKJ's and Nick Klein's Hulk to jump on here, though. They clue you in pretty quick as to what's going on. All you need to know is the Hulk is possessed by something really, really, really bad. And he's ugly.
I'm not even sure if possessed is the right word. I think the Hulk has been
Possessed. Someone is driving the Hulk's body around.
No. I think the Hulk has been displaced. I don't think the Hulk is there anymore.
Well, Nick Klein definitely draws him where there's like this green scar, and half of him looks like a different being, and then the other half is that kind of long-haired Hulk.
I think that the Hulk has been evicted from that body.
Yeah, I mean,
guess we'll see.
They definitely, there is no Bruce Banner here. And one of the things we learned was like the whole last story was about this mother of horrors that the Hulk was trying to stop, and is the son of the mother of horrors was trying to wake mom up. Mom is gone. So the son's like, fuck it, I'm taking over. And the Hulk beat me up really bad. So you know what? I'm going to possess him and I'm going to be the Hulk. And that includes me clapping my hands so hard in front of someone that their brains blow out. This is full on Hulk.
It's
murder on the page. Okay.
It's gory too. It's not implied.
No, it's gory as hell.
If you wanted to know what the inside of a dude's head looks like, this is the comic for you.
Like, this was shocking to me for a book that is not billed as Red Band, that is not billed as adult. It's just a continuation of the Hulk. And with that said, the previous, Hulk was pretty gnarly. It was definitely a horror book. It's been body horror for a long time, but not like this. Not at all like this. This is so much, and I understand the Hulk is possessed, and I understand the Hulk has tried to take over the world and World War Hulk and stuff like that, but I have to wonder how they're going to bring the Hulk back from what we see him doing in this book, because not everyone's going to understand.
The Hulk can't be held responsible for this.
Oh, sure, Joe.
People holding Hulk responsible.
Of course.
Is what will be the drama.
Yeah, well, I'm sure everyone's going to understand.
Right? That's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm
I know.
saying he shouldn't feel guilty about it. But
sure,
that's not going to stop people from trying to hold him accountable.
No, I mean, but this is the most violent I have ever seen the Hulk treating completely innocent people. Like this Infernal Hulk, the possessed demon Hulk, is coming to a small town, and we get a side story with this ex-soldier that's definitely going to be a part of the story. It's so good. And this is what PKJ does. He's taken his body horror comic book, or not even body horror anymore. It's full on body horror, psychological, occult horror comic, and turned it into like kaiju attack level horror now.
I mean, it's a monster book.
Yeah. I mean, like, this is Nick Klein drawing full 2-page spreads of the Hulk grabbing a helicopter out of the sky and smashing it onto people and tanks. And it is glorious. I cannot tell you how kick-ass this book looks. It is just a death metal murder fest starring the biggest Hulk I've ever seen. Like, screw you, Tony Daniel. Screw you, Dale Keown. No one has.
We say that every time there's a new Hulk volume. I'm not gonna go that far.
The previous winner was Nick Klein, and I'm saying move over, Nick Klein. Nick Klein has drawn the biggest Hulk I've ever seen. He's massive and so scary. Like,
I mean, he is very large.
I really liked the conclusion to the last Hulk, but then this new Infernal Hulk. And again, you don't need to read the whole thing. You can jump right on here, and it's not a Hulk story like you've ever read before. And if you have been reading it, it's still not a Hulk story like you have been reading. This feels like a new chapter. This absolutely warrants a new #1, and the book is amazing. I am giving this a gigantic buy it. I loved this, and I am so excited for more PKJ Hulk.
Oh, speak of the devil, newly exclusive with Marvel. That was just announced.
Has he been doing anything?
I forgot about.
Has he been doing anything with DC for like the past year though?
Yeah, he's doing that continuation of the World Superman stuff right now.
Oh, I thought that was over. I didn't even know it was still going.
No. The book is called Adventures of Superman, the Book of L or something, the House of L, something like that.
Didn't even know it was happening.
Yeah, I mean, an issue just came out.
Oh.
And so he's making his Marvel, and that's great. Yes, this continues on from the previous run of the Incredible Hulk, but consider what it's like for any other character in this book that is seeing what has become of the Hulk for the first time. They don't know what's going on either. And so I think that's why you can jump in here.
Yeah.
Because they tell you everything you need to know. And your point of view, your entry point character is everyone else in the fucking Marvel universe.
Well, that's one thing.
Looks at this Hulk and goes, what the hell?
I constantly complain about like this horrible thing, this huge thing is happening. And like Daredevil's like, well, I didn't know. I was in New York. What do you want me to do? And like PKJ is like, I hear you, Matt Baum. Here's a Fantastic Four and the Avengers and Spider-Man and Captain America all watching TV going, oh shit. That's great.
Yeah, but what your complaint about though is not within their own book that they address the Marvel universe. I understand that. It's when the Marvel universe at large then references.
Sure. I'm just saying
what's going on in the Infernal.
We're doing it. The PKJ is able in that moment.
This is a start for sure.
In that moment is able to say, this is how big this is.
This is in the Marvel universe, no doubt about it. If you think it's not, here's the FF. Yeah. Here's the Avengers. You know, yeah, this is a buy it. The art is tremendous. The Infernal Hulk is scary. PKJ has been writing these page length, sometimes longer.
Yeah.
Like essays, not essays, but like
just back matter stuff.
It's like this is written by somebody that lived through.
Well, some of them
what happened.
Yeah, it's like
this is written by the eldest or whatever,
or like occultists, or from the view of
Yeah. So it's not just like back matter. It is like this is in universe writing about the Mother of Horrors and what she's done and blah blah blah. And there's all this stuff about the city of monsters and the eldest and with every new paragraph I'm like, ugh. Oh God, no. And but you can't stop reading it.
It's great.
It's fucking awesome.
They've turned the Hulk into an H.P. Lovecraft demon. But
it is just parental advisory, which is like the barest minimum of not like all ages.
Blows my mind.
So this is labeled parental advisory, which means it is the mature reader's label, but it is in the smallest font possible in the bottom right corner of the book. And so there's like, it's easy to miss, but it does technically have a parental warning on it. It should definitely have come in a poly bag though, probably.
So what do they label this if the Hulk whips it out? Like, what's that labeled?
Yeah, that's a red band. That's a red band.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speaking of whipping it out, Black Label lives, baby.
Yeah.
It's time for Batman, Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia #1 from DC's Black Label imprint. It's written and drawn by Gabriel Hardman. Colors are by Romulo Fiardo Jr. Letters are by Tom Napolitano. Cover by Gabriel Hardman. It's 32 pages for $5.99, which I had to look up because it seems wrong.
Yeah, seems like
it is wrong. But that's what DC put on the internet, so that's what I'm going with.
It's Black Label. It's more expensive. What do you want? It costs an extra buck.
No, it's not. It's not just that. I think it's like 36 pages. It's 36 pages.
Gotcha.
But they put online that it's 32. So whatever. I'm going to read the solicit just because I think it's worth setting it up. From the decaying husk of Hub City, Vic Sage, The Question goes deep undercover on the trail of human trafficking in the frozen Arctic. Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, pushed out of his own company's C-suite, must get his crumbling life back together. But what is Queen Industries' involvement with a mysterious project dubbed Arcadia? Spurred on by The Question, Green Arrow joins the hunt for answers, but one obstacle stands in the way of their investigation: the Batman. So, Black Label is here, staying true to its newly defined mission statement, which I would argue had been defined long ago, but I digress.
It is newly defined, which is like, hey man, we're just telling stories. Roll with it.
No, Black Label is where you go to find creator-driven stories that are free from the constraints of continuity.
Yeah.
So these are recognizable versions of the characters They are not beholden to what's going on in the All In stuff or the DCKO or any of that. But, you know, they also don't feel too far removed from it. You know, if you squint, you can see how the pieces might fit.
I mean, isn't Vic Sage dead, though? Isn't Vic dead?
I think they brought Vic back at some point, but they let Renee stay the question. Yeah, I don't really know. I'm honestly not 100% sure what Vic Sage's current status is.
I'm over Renee is the question. I'm just over it. I'm over it.
I mean, I like Renee as the question. I like Renee Montoya having things to do.
I like Renee Montoya having things to do. I'm over Renee is the question. That's all I'm saying. But let's talk about that in the gang hang. I want to hear, what do you guys think?
Sure. You know, if you give me another role for Renee Montoya.
Well, I mean, not saying that. Just like, do you like her as a question? Or
no. I'm saying that's my challenge is that let's find something else for Renee to do. And then we'll just put Vic back as the question.
Make it a gang hang note right now.
Okay. I loved the interplay between Ollie and the question. They fucking hate each other. It's so great.
That's what I'm talking about. I love this Vic Sage, and that's something they never got with Renee. Like that, when the question comes around, people are just like, "Oh, God damn it!" It's so weird.
The thing is that by the time Vic died, he hadn't really been a presence in the books at all in a really long time.
I know.
So, we're seeing something, you know, but if you watched Justice League Unlimited, where it's like Vic Sage, crusading conspiracy theorist reporter, then yeah, that's this guy.
Yeah.
Each hero's got separate motivations. It all makes total sense. The story is like very socially conscious. It touches on a lot of relevant themes, but also explosions. The last page is great. Batman's a fucking cop in this. Like the dude, he's not the good guy in this.
Well, I don't know, but I don't know if he knows he's the bad guy yet either.
No, he certainly does not. No, he doesn't. It's going to be a case of mistaken whatever. Art wise, man, have I missed seeing Gabriel Hardman's art on a regular basis?
Oh, man. Wow, he's so good.
This book looks the first shot of the question getting out of that car, just incredible.
I want to buy that page. When I looked at that, I was like, I need to own that page. That rules. It's so good.
Yes. Lovely colors by Romulo Fiardo Jr. They mesh really well. There's a little bit of weirdness here and there. Some of the faces are a little wonky, but you know, it's slight. But we came this close to seeing the Arrow Hog. Bat Hog is dead. Yeah. Arrow Hog.
We got to see his butt. We got to see his butt. He's got a great butt.
We saw his butt. So look, I thought this Arcadia #1, Batman Green Arrow, the question Arcadia, it's off to a great start. The story is relevant to a lot of today's very, very real concerns. And Hardman's art, good Lord, it is as incredible as ever. Good. Hat tip to Romulo Fiardo Jr. This is a good looking book.
It's a great looking book.
So buy it from me. I loved it.
Yeah, there's a lot to like here. And this is what they should be doing with characters like the question. And I would argue Green Arrow, which I really liked the Green Arrow run that is ending, unfortunately. It's been great, but this is really good. And you can always drop Batman in a story anytime you want. Any story, and Batman will be fine. But Gabriel Hardman, man, it is so good to see this guy back and drawing a big name book, even if it is Black Label. I don't think people care. I think I'm the only one that sweats it. I'm giving this a buy it. This was great.
You really are. The only one that sweats it.
I love Vic Sage, and it's great to see him doing superhero shit and annoying people. I just love it. It's a buy it. Batten down your hatches because the BRZRKR is heading to the high seas for the Bleeding Tide #1.
His love for you is like a truck.
there's a
BRZRKR.
This is from Boom. It's written by Marjorie Liu. Art by Gary Brown. Main cover by Brown as well. His art, I couldn't place it. He worked on the Massive for Dark Horse, and I really like that series.
Correct.
Did a bunch of Hulk fill-ins during the Ewing run as well. Colors by D. Knief. Letters by Russ Wooten. It's 56 pages for $5.99.
He also does that book, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, that Jerry Duggan book for Image.
Didn't read that, but I remember it coming out. I'm going to read the solicit here because every Berserker book is a little different. And I say it that way because it's spelled BRZRKR for those who don't know. Berserker. When the captain follows a strange heartbeat into the depths of the ocean, she finds a box chained in irons and the deformed mass of legendary warrior B inside. He just goes by B. And
Sub B.
You do get to see the mass that is inside the box. And it's gross. It's really
real
gross.
Yeah, it is.
Now, awakened B must jump into battle to defend the crew from an ambush at the sea despite rising concerns. What is the captain after with such a dangerous bounty on her head? And more importantly, what is she hiding? She's got a big secret, right? It's been quite a while.
She didn't hide it very well.
Not at all. Not at all. But we'll get there. It's been a while since I've read any Berserker. But I forgot how gross it gets. It's not just gory. Berserker is gross, right? Because like they lean into the fact that, yes, Keanu Reeves, who came up with this character, that's why I keep calling him Keanu Reeves, and he looks like Keanu Reeves, so I'm just going to call him Keanu, because calling him B is dumb. Keanu is not just immortal. It's like his meat is immortal, if you know what I mean. Right?
Well, the way they phrase it in this book is that he's like a vampire who, instead of drinking blood, is sustained by violence.
Pretty much, yes.
And so he cannot die.
But he can take lots and lots of damage. You can hack him up.
Like if you think Deadpool has a healing factor?
Not like this. Not like this. The captain is very interesting here. There's these subtle hints at first that she's more than human. And then there's some very heavy hints that she's more than human. And then we find out she's a vampire. I'm just going to tear them.
It is so obvious from about 5 pages in that she is a vampire.
Yeah. And I liked the captain. She's cool. And I like the fact that like she is like a smaller, sort of demure Asian woman surrounded by pirates. And they're all terrified of her. For reasons.
Actually, no, they love her.
Well, they respect her, but they're also like,
they respect her, yeah.
They keep their distance because she's a monster. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's not, we'll get there. I'll get time to say my
I'm not saying
piece,
she's like,
that's not exactly how I,
at this point, she is dangerous or violent to them, but she has definitely earned their respect and they definitely like keep their distance and do what they are told. Right. She's a cool enough character, but the story for me kind of gets lost in pages and pages and pages of pure gore, which is really illustrated sometimes. And then other times I thought the art got downright messy and I had some trouble following it. And the story, this felt like it kind of started as a mini series to me. And they went, nah, we're not doing a mini series. Let's just do a 56 page one shot because they crush a ton in here. And it very easily could have been 3 issues. And I think if they paced it as here's the action scene with a bunch of gore in this issue.
I had that same complaint about one of my books this week.
Here's the action scene with a bunch of gore in this issue. And then here's the conclusion with a big fight and more gore. It would have been a little better paced. By the time it was done, I was just kind of over it. And I kept feeling like it's going to end any second now. And it didn't. And then I thought it was going to end and then it didn't. And then I thought it was going to end one more time and it didn't. And then it finally did. And I was like, ugh, I'm giving this a skim it. Is it bad? No, it's guilty of being too long, doing a little too much. And I like Brown's art, but I thought there were some pages that got really messy and just got really hard to follow. It's a skim it for me.
Okay, so you and I talked about this last night. I had a different reaction. I actually really liked this. It really clicked for me. And maybe it's because I never really read Berserker. I'm not even sure if I read Berserker #1.
I've only read the first
We must
series.
have ages ago.
Yeah, ages ago. I've only read the first series and I really liked that one.
But yeah, and so I mean, I'm vaguely aware of what it is. I know that he's an immortal warrior, yada, yada, yada. And I know that the stories kind of jump around in time because he's had this very, very long life. And so I was able to jump right into it. And this is a one and done story. I really liked the interplay between B and the Pirate Queen. I actually kind of disagree with you about how they feel about her crew feels about her, because they're like hovering around her at all times. Like they are not scared that she's going to bite them. And in fact, they give themselves willingly to her.
I guess I'm not saying that. I'm saying without ruining a plot, she definitely went through a phase where she was a full on monster. And that is what drives some of the things that are happening on the other side. She has come out of it.
We don't know if her current crew experienced.
No, I don't know if they have either, but
right.
Keanu.
I'm just talking about how the crew that we see in this book react to her. And it seems to me that they are yes, they respect her. They follow her. Like they trust her.
I think there's just some heavy-handed, I
think she's definitely got a past. Though.
We've all been a monster. We've all had past.
Right, okay.
Right,
yeah, exactly. It's like, well, you can't run. I can't run from what I am. I can't run from what I am.
Right.
It's like you don't care about running from who you are. I just saw you slaughter an entire galleon full of fucking priests.
Literally tear people in half.
Right. Yeah, it's like. Which, by the way, a cool scene, by the way, but
cool.
It's like I don't really necessarily buy all of the emotional hand wringing.
Yeah, I'm not here to say your feelings don't count, but you did.
It's like
punch your head.
You should let go of that guy's jawbone.
You punched your head through a guy's chest.
Yeah, right. Exactly. It's like, I thought this was good. The art does get a little bit. It gets a little looser in the more intense scenes, but I don't know. I didn't dislike it. This is a buy it from me. I really enjoyed it. It's a great one-off story. Is it a little bit long? Maybe, but if you're enjoying the ride, then what's the harm?
That's fair.
All the fucking gore in this book, and they blur out his Keanu's Reeves.
I don't know if it's blurred or covered in gore. I don't know.
It's shadowed. It's shadowed.
Like he's wearing a gore loincloth at one point.
From the deep sea to deep space, it's Galactic #1 from Distillery, or as Matt would say, Distillery.
Oh yeah,
because there's no vowel.
DSTLR, right? Distillery.
Yeah. It's written by Kurt Pyers with art by Amilcar Pina. Matt, your job for the length of my review is to look up Amilcar Pina, because I forgot to and I meant to. Colors are by Lee Loffridge. Letters are by Micah Myers. Cover is by Pina. It's 48 pages for $8.99. That's an expensive book, but look, we say it every single time we do Distillery. Distillery is nice,
big,
slick,
sexy,
square bound,
style,
magazine sized, gorgeous comic books. I'm going to read the solicit because it's relevant to my review. What if George Lucas and Quentin Tarantino fucked and had a baby? That baby would be Kurt Pyers and Amilcar Pina's Galactic, an ultra-violent interstellar romance that tells the story of a roguish bounty hunter hired to bring back a princess on a death bender on a hippie planet and inadvertently find themselves caught in the crossfire of an intergalactic war. And maybe, just maybe, falling in love along the way. Did we mention there's a talking dog who pilots the starship? So there's a little bit of Spaceballs in there.
The dog rules, though. I really like the dog.
That's a note in here. I do love the talking dog. That's one of my notes. Look, exploding head on page 1. If that doesn't grab you at least a little bit, then what will? I had to stare at that for several seconds, and I had to come back to it and stare at it again later.
Yeah.
Before I finally figured out what exactly I was seeing. And I'll let you look for yourself.
I think that's kind of the magic of Pina's art, though. It's like at first you're just like, what is that? And then
sure. Right.
And then you look at it for a while and you go, this guy's fucking incredible.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's kind of true. The story wears its inspirations on its sleeve. The solicit is accurate. It is Quentin Tarantino in space plus Spaceballs. Like it, put those things in a blender, mix it up. You got Galactic. There's a lot to like about the setup here. There's a horrific twist of the villain's big move at the end that was like, oh, yikes.
Loved it.
And like in between there, though, I thought maybe they just tried to do a little too much at once. You got a cantina scene and a heist planning scene and multiple origin scenes and a kidnapping scene and a love scene and there's so much in here. Oh, a gladiator scene. However, Emil Carpina's art is bananas. Matt, where have we seen his art before?
I can't place it. I'm looking at a lot of stuff where
I thought you were going to look him up.
I am. I'm looking at a lot of stuff that he's done, and it's all like fill-in stuff, covers here and there. I know I've seen his art before, but as he's never had like, he did this mini series or he did this, like, it's nothing that stands out to me.
No runs.
No. To fill a lot of fill-in stuff, enough. A lot of cover work. Yeah. And I know I've seen his cover work, but
lots of creative alien designs, not like the wildest alien designs I've ever seen. But what's wild is the proportions, the anatomy, like in a way that I really liked. Like everything is just a little bit too off.
Like they're really subtle.
Even the human looking characters are like, man, that dude's arms and legs are way too long.
Or like there's like a very attractive woman, but her nose is different, you know, like, or there's that race that like their face is kind of like emotionless and almost mannequin like, and like they're really creepy. I don't love them.
Right. And it's all in a good way, right? It's not
incredible.
In any way that I found lacking or unenjoyable. Incredible use of perspective.
Yeah.
Like
wow.
A movie and just like the way the quote unquote camera is placed as we're looking down at things.
Yeah.
And it's like a movie filmed through a fisheye lens in places. I especially loved the flashback, which is seen through the eyes of the bounty hunter, from when he was like a young kid to when he was rescued by his dog friend. Oh. And it's so good. Galactic #1, it tries a bit too hard to justify its price and its page count, but I enjoyed it overall. Pina's art is fantastic. I'm giving this a buy it. I'm really impressed by this one.
Yeah, I think your review is super weird because I agree it's a buy it, but I love
you can find critical. You can have critical things.
I mean, sure.
And still like it.
I just had no problem with the pacing. I had no problem with the story. I really, really liked this, and I think Kurt Byers brought this like style to the sci-fi story that he's telling, where it's almost a music video. Right. It's fast and it's jumping and it's moving the whole time. It's not getting bogged down in this alien race and their diplomatic relations with so-and-so. And like, now we're going to go to a C-SPAN scene where everybody yells about a trade blockade. Like, no, it is just like this person is in trouble. This person is involved in the story. They both don't know how big the trouble is, and there's a talking dog that rules. You know?
I mean, I want to clarify and say that at no point did I think it was boring. I just thought maybe they could have spread out the story a little bit.
I didn't have a problem with it because it felt hectic and it felt fast, and it reminded me a lot of things that I like about some of my favorite anime too, where it's just moving and moving and moving and moving. This reminded me of Aeon Flux a lot, where they do a ton in like a 5-minute cartoon. You cannot believe how much of the world they built, right? I love this art. And again,
I also love the art.
Distillery just blowing me away as usual. This is a huge buy it. I really enjoyed this.
I couldn't help but notice no comments on the female nudity in Galactic #1. Green Arrow takes off his pants, and you two are all aflutter. No judgment here, but duly noted. Here are your review comics for the week of Wednesday, the 3rd of December.
Jumping into this week, it's fairy tale time in the Ziggurat because it's time for another chapter of Briar. This time, Night's Terror, #1 from Boom. Written by Christopher Cantwell with art by Alex Linz, colors by Mar Silvestri. I assume that is Mark Silvestri's friend, cousin, or little brother.
Yes.
And Luis NCT. I'm not sure what that is, but it's in all caps. So letters by And World Design, 32 pages, $4.99. This is the conclusion of the 3-part Briar Rose story that Cantwell's been telling with Linz. It's basically a fairy tale. A Sleeping Beauty meets several other fairy tales in a huge fantasy fairy tale world, which sounds like everything that Joe Patrick would hate. Would I want nothing to do with. He gets so tired of this fantasy crap. The good news is, this never gets bogged down in that bullshit. Cantwell never lets this story get bogged down. Every time you're about to get a little too serious or a little too deep or whatever, there is some humor injected or something about a character that if you've been reading, you go, oh my God, really? We're just learning this now? It is.
I mean, I actually kind of forgot about the whole fairy tale aspect of it because I mean, it reads just as like straight fantasy. But for those of you that don't know, Briar Rose is Sleeping Beauty.
Right. This is a story of Sleeping Beauty, and it's all there. You've got a wicked queen, and she was forced to go to sleep because of a prophecy, and her dad knew about it, and it's like not even her choice, but he's trying to do the right thing for the kingdom, and like there's a lot happening here. The good news is there's a recap, and it's 2 pages, and it's just pictures on the page, no background. That's like,
loved it.
Here's what happened. Like, curse put me to sleep, woken up by this person, chased by these people, kicked around by this guy, threatened by evil witch, and it just like gets you up to speed. Go. Like, you could pick this up.
It's like no notes.
None.
Loved it.
Perfect. You could pick this up and literally just start reading the story. I'm telling you, go back and read the other 2. I am up to date on this, and Briar is fantastic. And it's because the dialogue doesn't fuck around. This is sort of doing for fantasy what Saga did for sci-fi. It's taking not highbrow, but like deep fantasy and humanizing it, taking these characters that you recognize, a wicked witch, like a hilarious inventor helper guy who didn't mean to make the evil stuff, but the wicked witch made him, and like the scoundrel who woke this person up. It wasn't a prince at all. In fact, she was told it was a prince. It wasn't. And we thought it was a bad guy, but you know what? They're misunderstood. And they might have a misunderstood brother too, who's murdering a bunch of people because he misunderstands the situation. Like, they're all caught up in very human situations that we're caught up in right now in our politics and the internet and all manner of shit. But it's all framed with Sleeping Beauty, and it's done with the best art by Alex Linz,
the art's really good. Yeah.
It's cartoony, absolutely cartoonish, but Linz is so good at switching from like bright fantasy fairy tale to super dark, kind of gory. This is serious. That character's gross. Like, what are we doing here? Like, it maintains the stakes of the story so well without ever getting boring in what is truly a massive world that Cantwell's built. This book has been so great, and I've had so much fun with it. I cannot wait to see how it ends. And I don't think enough people are reading it. Go pick up Briar, you guys. It's a fantastic book. I'm giving it a buy it.
Yeah, I've only read the first issue of Briar because we reviewed it on the show 800 years ago. And I know that we really loved it then. And I know that it's come up a bunch of times. I picked this up not having read another single page of Briar. And that recap was everything I needed. Everything. This book is so good. The art is lovely. The characters are tender to one another, which I loved. I really enjoyed the relationships between the characters, especially.
Yeah.
And Alex Linz's art makes me think of if Jeff Smith, creator of Bone, tried a little bit harder to draw realistic stuff. Not that this book is realistic.
Yeah.
But it's less cartoony.
No, I
less
gotcha.
cartoony than Bone.
It's
you know
just
what I mean?
little less cartoony. Not much, just a little less.
This is obviously something that he's super passionate about because he has invested so much heart into this. I will say this. There is that trope where it's like, the witch queen is all shriveled and gross, and what will she do to regain her power? When you find out what she does to regain her power, you're like, ugh.
It's gross.
It's gross.
It's not like Snow White. I'll say that.
It is not. It is not. This is a huge buy it. This fucking floored me. I loved it. My first book for this week is Giant Size Criminal, #1 from Image Comics. This is written by Ed Brubaker with art and letters by Sean Phillips. Colors by Sean's little boy, Jacob Phillips. Cover by Big Sean. It's 48 pages for $5.99.
I insist you refer to him as Big Sean for the rest of this.
Big Sean, yeah. Yeah, Big Sean.
Big Sean and Little Jake.
Yeah, exactly. Just as a note from the solicit, this is the first new Criminal single issue in over 5 years. And as Matt said in the intro to the show, we've got a show coming up, and so Criminal is back.
Very excited.
Here's a little bit of the solicit. It's an oversized annual style issue, packed with everything Criminal fans love. Headlining the issue is a novella-length story starring fan favorite character Ricky Lawless, who is a main character in the upcoming TV adaptation. As he goes solo on his latest heist, what could possibly go wrong?
Everything.
Spoiler alert. Every fucking
If you've
thing
ever
goes
read
wrong.
Criminal, it's always going to be the easiest thing. It's not going to be a problem. It's going to be the easiest heist. And then everything goes wrong.
Yeah, right. Easy, quote unquote. Easy in air quotes. Right. There's a ton of extra content in this as well. A tabletop RPG module written by Kieran Gillen with illustrations by Sean Phillips.
Full rules and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. Some behind the scenes little comic strips about the Criminal TV show by Brubaker. A fully illustrated character guides for those of you that are new to the book. Like, it's
packed.
Perfect.
This is packed.
Oh, and one other thing. This is exclusive to print.
Very cool.
Not available digitally.
It's also printed on newsprint, which is so cool.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's on newsprint.
I mean,
feels like it's
full disclosure, like Image sent us a copy. So it's an experience that you're never going to get digitally because you have to hold it in your hand.
And it feels like an old comic. It feels like I haven't just touching it. And I went and looked at it because I saw somebody else mention that. Just touching it, I was like, this feels like an old comic book. It's cool.
Awesome. That's awesome. And so they're saying that this is a thank you to comics retailers, which is very nice. So it's great to have Criminal back after such a long break. We've got a main story here starring Ricky. It's more funny than gritty, though it does explode with violence here and there. The story is about Ricky bungling his way through a quote unquote simple robbery that, of course, goes way wrong, as we said. It is a perfect jumping on point for new readers. If you've never read a page of Criminal before, now's your chance.
Let me take that one step further. Because there was a buddy on our Discord was like, oh man, I've never read Criminal. And like, there's so much of it to read. You don't have to worry about that with Criminal. Every miniseries or one shot they've put out, including this, is just pick it up and read it. It is a vignette criminal crime story.
I mean, they do kind of draw and feed off of one another.
Well, a little bit here and there. And if you read
they
the whole
flow
thing,
in and out of each other.
They are a family in different ages. Yeah. Where like these characters are all loosely related. So there is a through line, but you don't have to worry about it.
Well, not even that is true because one's all about gnarly. One's about the cartoonist.
True. Well, but there's things in there that are related to other characters. I mean,
the characters come and go, right?
Yeah. Like a Sin City almost, right? Where you can just pick it up and read. Yeah,
exactly.
Pick it up and read. Don't be afraid.
Right. So, yeah, shout out Hecatron on the Discord who brought that up today. And that illustrated guide in the back where it's like, here's all the characters and how you see them. And here's the progression of like how this character has aged through the chronology of certain stories, even though you might be seeing her at different points in her life.
Yeah.
It's really great. The adventures in show running bits are very simple, very silly. They're almost quaint compared to the usual criminal stuff. So it's kind of like
well, it's about the show. It's about them actually making the show.
No, I know, but like also the stories are very very simply told. Right. But they're nice. It's almost like a little palate cleanser. Sean Phillips has not missed a step. Big Sean is 60 years old. I had to look it up because I was like, am I right? Or do we make that joke all the time and we're wrong that Jacob Phillips is his son? No, it's true. And Sean Phillips is 60 years old. The art is never boring to look at, even though it's full of scenes of Ricky just like watching TV or falling asleep or whatever.
That's every criminal. There's like just talking head stuff.
It really is.
That is amazing. Never boring.
Jacob's colors complement Dad's art perfectly. This is a great looking comic book. Lots of extra content, as I said at the top of the show, or top of the review. One last thought as I was finishing the book and I read that last little adventures in show running. Dwayne Wayne from a different world, Kadeem Hardison, is playing Gnarly, which I think is weird.
I'm just glad,
we'll see.
I'm just glad Dwayne Wayne's working, man.
Me too, man. I hope he's got his little flip up glasses. You know?
Yeah.
Look, I'm always happy to see Criminal on the stands. I haven't read every issue. I come and go from it because I read a billion things and sometimes I lose track. But if you've never read it before, do it now. This is a great place to start. It's print only, so remember that.
Got to go get it.
But you can pick up any volume and enjoy it. It's a buy it.
I have read every issue of Criminal. It is my favorite Ed Brubaker stuff. And that is saying something because Ed Brubaker has done so much great stuff. And congratulations to Mr. Brubaker for finally getting fucking something optioned and on TV and making some money, my guy. Good for you. But yeah, this is great.
I want to hope that he at least got a little bit of something for Gotham because it was sort of had Gotham Central elements in
me?
it.
No, we didn't get shit for that.
Look, I dare to dream.
But yeah, again, just pick this up. It's wonderful crime noir, slice of life of a criminal, great stuff with exceptional art. Criminal is just incredible, you guys. I can't give it a bigger buy it. And I'm super excited for the show. Charlie Hunnam. I love Charlie Hunnam. And he hasn't done a lot of great stuff since Sons of Anarchy. So I'm hoping this is his comeback.
Who is he playing? Is he playing Teague?
He's your main character.
Oh, I think he's the character from Coward, who is not one of the Lawless Boys.
No, Charlie Hunnam is Leo. He's Coward.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a criminal
Great
mastermind.
casting.
Yeah.
Great casting.
Fantastic casting. My final review is another Marvel #1 and a new chapter for Doctor Strange. #1, 2025. We have to do that stuff now because it's volume 1,000,000. From Marvel, it's written
really is volume 1,000,000. Yeah.
It probably is. Written by Derek Landy. Art by Ivan Fiorelli. Colors by Dono Sanchez Almara. Letters by VC's Corey Pettit. Cover by Alex Horley. It's a great cover. 32 pages for $3.99. I'm not going to go into the solicit because guess what? Stephen Strange is still in Asgard. That's all you really need to know. I should tell you, though, this is Legacy 451. So we're building to that Doctor Strange 500. It's a coming. Get ready, folks. I got to ask, did this need a new #1? Okay, we just talked about the Hulk. We've talked about the Mortal Thor recently. The Hulk and the Mortal Thor, which was Ewing's Thor, has been telling a distinct story in parts where very distinct things have happened to these characters. Thor died. He's now mortal. The Hulk got possessed. He's now a demon. The new Doctor Strange is more Doctor Strange in Asgard. Oh, sorry. He goes to the elf world.
He's in the 9 realms. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it doesn't feel like a new #1 is needed here because this is just more Doctor Strange, Sorcerer of Asgard, which they've been telling. Different artist here. And I got to say, I don't love this art. Like page 1, I opened it up and looked at it, and my first reaction was, oh, like, I don't love it.
I actually enjoyed the art, except for the way they drew the eyeballs.
I don't like the faces. The faces are so weird.
The faces are weird, but otherwise I do kind of enjoy the art.
I would also argue that there was other panels where it looked like characters that were supposed to be standing on things were floating. Like there were problems. And this is just...
Look, man, it's magic. I just assumed everyone was floating.
This is a little too cartoony for me as well. Like if you're telling a story in Alfheim, the elf, part of the Asgardian realms or whatever, I don't know that this style of art works. I'm not saying that the art is bad. I just don't think the style lends itself very well to it. And it also, the faces weren't great. I'm sorry, but the faces, there's a panel of Sif that I'm just like, what is happening to her? It feels like Marvel doesn't know what to do with Doctor Strange right now. So they're like, just keep him doing his thing for the moment, because Thor's got to do a thing on Earth, and we can't have Doctor Strange coming to Earth and letting Thor know, hey, dude, you're a god.
Well, sure, yeah.
So he's sort of stuck doing this for the moment, and Angela is here. Angel Angela, created by Neil Gaiman, who has fallen from grace. So why we need to revisit Angela, which I don't think anybody cares about. I certainly don't care about.
Well, because she's Thor's sister.
Yeah, but who gives a shit? Nobody cares about this character. And
I know, I don't care.
I will give Angela credit. There is a scene where she is talking to Doctor Strange, who doesn't understand what is happening with these problems with the deep elf diplomacy that I don't give a shit about. And Angela starts to explain it, and then she stops and she goes, oh, and Doctor Strange goes, what's wrong? And he's like, and she says, I don't care about this at all. And you know what? That's exactly how I felt in that moment.
I also really liked the exchange where he says to her, look, before we leave, I want to give you my deepest condolences on the loss of your brother. He was he was a god, but I knew him as a good, kind, and decent man. And she just gives him this look. And I was like, that's really well done. That little.
I mean, there were moments of this that are good, and the book itself is fine, and there's moments that are good, but this Doctor Strange and Asgard shit has gone on too long. It's just gone on too long, and I didn't feel anything for this story. It just did nothing for me. Look, Briar did all the right things, maintaining a big fantasy world and making me feel for these characters and making me excited. I love Doctor Strange. I admit I don't care about Angela, but I don't give a shit about Doctor Strange and Asgard anymore. It's too much. I don't care about the elf stuff that's going on. It feels like it doesn't count or matter, and it's just a matter of time before Doctor Strange is back on Earth. I didn't think the art was very good, and I don't think this needed a number 1. This could have just been the next issue of Derek Landy's story that I'm finding very hard to care about. I'm giving this a skim it, and it's a low skim it.
Look, the renumbering is a fact of life when you're dealing with Marvel Comics. Do we need it? No. Would I have been fine if it had just said Doctor Strange 451? Yes.
No, I understand.
Would I have also been fine if it was Doctor Strange of Asgard number fucking 11? Sure, why not?
I understand that, but what I'm saying is we bitch about the renumbering, but I would argue Immortal Thor number 1 and Infernal Hulk number 1 is renumbering done very well. Very well.
Yes. Yes, my argument is not that some books are justified and some books aren't. I'm saying that it is such a familiar tactic from Marvel these days that it's more of a surprise when it's a good thing, where it makes sense. No,
without a doubt.
And so
totally agree.
But I'm not at all surprised by the relaunching this. Of course they did.
Do you care about this?
I mean, I enjoyed it. I read it. I enjoyed it, and I will say that as far as the Neil Gaiman of it all goes, I've completely put that out of my mind reading about this until you brought it up again.
I mean, I know that I've never given a shit about Angela, even when I know.
And I'm like, right. No, I'm saying, right. Yes, exactly. It's like if Like if DC put out a comic and the Vertigo Sandman showed up, like maybe we don't do that, guys. You know, so I can understand your point about like maybe we just don't need to do this. And yeah, there's something to be said for that. But I didn't really consider it when I read this, and I liked this book's treatment of Angela. So, I mean, yeah, I enjoyed it. I this is a skimmer for me because, yeah, it's another new #1 when maybe it's not warranted. Am I super interested in Doctor Strange being in Asgard or, you know, Asgard adjacent? Not especially. That said, I do think it's interesting that he's cut off from Earth. I just don't know what you would do. You know, like send him somewhere else, but I don't know where.
Araco. The sorcerer of Araco.
There you go.
You know?
I mean, he's not just cut off from Earth. Like he can't get to the dimension where Earth is in.
Right.
And so it's like, well, that sucks for him. But like Thor's story would be broken if Doctor Strange could just show up and go, hey,
so he's got to
like that doesn't work.
He's got to keep doing this for now.
So like, I get it. I just don't know what a better thing for the character would be right now, but I enjoyed it for what it was. The art is weird. It's a skim it for me, but there was some stuff to like here and I enjoyed myself. Our final book of the week goes to Ultimate Universe 2 years in, #1 from Marvel Comics. Don't let that #1 fool you. It is a one-shot. It's written by Dennis Camp and Alex Packnadel, and you're going to wish you had it as good as you did when there were only 2 creators in a specific role. Because this book has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colorists, and 1 lonely letterer. Art is by Patrick Boutin, Phil Noto, Francesco Mana, Lee Ferguson, and Javier Polito. Apologies to half of those people. Colors are by Federico Blee, Phil Noto, Guro FX, who is not a person. Come on. Eric Arciniega and Javier Polito. Letters by VC's Travis Lanham. Cover by Ryan Stegman and Frank Martin for some reason. It's 40 pages for $5.99. It's a pretty good cover.
I like the cover. Cover's good.
Cover's good. Here's your solicit, and it's important because you probably forgot this. All paths lead to Endgame. In preparation for the Maker's return in Ultimate Endgame, the Ultimate Guardians have been traveling all across time and space, recruiting members new and old. Travel across all the corners of the Ultimate Universe! !
Travel
That's
across all corners of the Ultimate Universe.
It's just weird that the last sentence ends with an ellipsis, and then there's like a excited travel agency.
It's like a travel brochure. Yes.
Yeah. Don't miss the dawn of many new characters. Only maybe one of which you will care about. Ultimate Daredevil, sort of.
Also,
even then, that's an asterisk.
None of them will be around because they're all going away.
It's true. So let's just get into it. The last one of these we did, Ultimate Universe 1 year in, #1, we fucking loved.
It was great. It was outstanding.
This one is less successful. The scope of the story is huge, which is kind of a problem. There are lots of characters you don't know or barely recognize or are completely like nonsensical, like a MODOK that is also a wizard for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's just like strange character name. Cosmic gibberish. It's just like buzzword after buzzword after buzzword.
It's a mess. This is a mess. Let's call it what it is.
Ultimate Daredevil isn't what I expected at all. And I went from hating it to accepting it really quickly. Like the more I thought about it, the more I was like, you know what? If this is actually in the far future, then yes, somebody else could adopt the role of Daredevil, blah, blah, blah.
I still hate it. If you're
going into this comic,
I still hate it.
What I'm saying is if you're coming into this comic expecting the ultimate version of like a Matt Murdock, measure your expectations because that's not what this is. There's just too much story packed into too few pages. This should not have been a one shot. If it was a story that needed to be told at all. I did think that there was some nice character work. They explore a lot of good themes, like finding hope in a hopeless situation is a big one, because like the Guardians find out there's just no way back to the future that they knew. It's just like, it's fucked. The Maker has fucked them all, metaphorically. Lots of cooks in this kitchen. literally and metaphorically. Lots of cooks in this kitchen, art-wise. Nothing really stands out as good or bad except for the Polito section, which
I thought the first few pages are like really cool.
I mean, it's not no, I'm just saying like it's all baseline good. And then there's the Javier Polito pages, which are amazing.
Gorgeous. Yeah. I think those are the first few pages.
Incredible storytelling.
Yeah.
The use of like the page layouts and even the panel borders. It's just very inventive. I was a little let down by Ultimate Universe 2 years in. It's well drawn. It touches on some interesting themes. But I just felt like the writers were racing through as much as they could without having enough pages to do it in. I'm giving this a skim it because I think that if they had more room to work, like if this had been an Ultimate Guardians of the Galaxy 4-issue mini, I would be like, okay, sure.
Maybe.
But packing all of it into like 32 pages, no, it doesn't do anybody any favors. It's a skim it.
This is the definition of hot mess. That's what this is.
Yeah, kind of.
There's good ideas in here, sure, but this feels like Dennis Camp like was so upset when he found out that they really are ending the Ultimate Universe and he can't chase any of these ideas he had left, that his head went full scanners and exploded. And then
in fact, I think he actually said that Ultimate Guardians was going to be the thing he did.
It was going to be a thing that he had planned. And this is all of it. This is all of it.
It's the entire outline in one issue.
This feels like they went in and they found his exploded brain and they were like, oh no, he was supposed to do this issue. We'll just reassemble.
Jonathan Hickman walked up to Dennis Camp and did an Infernal Hulk hand clap and blew his brains out the back of his head.
And this is what was painted on the back wall in his gore.
Yeah, right.
Look, this is a leave it for me. This is a mess.
Oh,
it did not make sense. There's too much art. Some of it is good. Some of it are artists I like, but are so out of place in the section of the story that they're telling that it makes them look bad. And I don't understand what they were going for here. Like people that are Javier Polito haters, it's going to be really easy for them to point to this and say, this is crap. That's crap. And it's not. I really love the guy. I genuinely love the guy, but you can't put him next to some of these artists like this. It's not fair. It doesn't make sense. This is a bad idea and it's poor execution. It's a mess. I'm giving this a leave it.
I agree with you. It is.
I don't know why they had to put this out other than Dennis Camp. It's like, well, can I please just throw my ideas out there since I'm not going to get a chance to do it? And they're like, sure, buddy. Go ahead.
I mean, at least, for what it's worth, it is the first and only look we've seen at what life is like outside of Earth.
Oh, so it's a complete fucking spastic mess that doesn't make any sense.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying it is at least doing a thing.
Look, man, I love Dennis Camp.
A good thing.
I love Alex Packnadel so much and want that dude to have a real shot. This is not it. I love several of these artists, but when you group them all together, it does not make any sense. There's no continuity of the story whatsoever. This is a mess. This is a hot mess. It's a leave it. You don't need to read this.
I mean, I'm not saying that's not fair. I'm just not. I just didn't dislike it as much as you. That is it for our reviews, but these were not the only comics we read the last 2 weeks. Matt, let's take a look at the back of the stack.
The rest of the pile. The rest of the pile.
Back of the stack.
If you want to go the rest of the stack, I'll do that. But I whatever. Daredevil Punisher #1 came out last week from Marvel. There is no
I didn't give
reason you would know this Unless you read the Garth Ennis Punisher and you realize, oh, this is Daredevil's side of that story where the Punisher tied Daredevil up and made him murder someone. This is the other side of that story, and there's no hint whatsoever in the book. You just got to pick up on it. Come on, Marvel. What are you doing? I actually really liked it. I really liked it. The art was good. Palmiotti wrote the hell out of it. But you got to say, hey, true believers, did you ever read Garth Ennis's Punisher? This is the other side of the story from Daredevil's point of view. Go pick up the trade paperback. Sell some comics, you guys. I really liked it. Skinbreaker, number 3, also came out. And you know what? Joe Patrick's right. This book's boring as hell. It's slowed down. I really liked the first issue and thought they were building something. It's just not going anywhere other than being career-defining work for David Finch. This might be the most beautifully illustrated comic book I've seen in years that I feel nothing for. So,
I accept your apology.
Escape number 4 came out from Image last week as well. This is Rick Remender and Daniel Acuna's World War II epic starring dogs and bats, and the dogs are the good guys and the bats are the Nazis. This book just...
Not all bats. Hashtag not all bats.
Settle down, you. This book just keeps getting better. It is hardcore World War II film badass with incredible art by Daniel Acuna. Love this book. It's going to be my best of this year. This week, the only other thing I read was Wiccan, the Witch's Road, because I was like, shit, we're changing gears here and we're going to do all the DCKO stuff in a thing we're going to talk about in a little bit. And I was like, all right, I'll read this Wiccan book. Nothing happens in this book. Nothing. It's called The Witch's Road. You know why? Because they sang that song on the show. You like the show, right? Remember when they sang that song? This has a little bit to do with that, I guess. And it's like right after Imperial, and you guys kind of liked that, right? Imperial is fine, and I don't care about this at all. It's a definition of a meh. Joe, what else did you read?
Well, I read a bunch of DCKO stuff that I can't talk about for reasons
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk.
We will reveal later, but I was going to do them here. Instead, what I will talk about are 2 Batman books I read. The first of which was Batman Deadpool, which is the DC version of the intercompany crossover. We talked about the Marvel version with Deadpool Batman that I really loved. This is even better. This comic book is the perfect intercompany crossover.
It might be. It might be.
It's on every single level. It is effortlessly good and funny.
Yeah.
The art by Dan Mora is incredible. If you didn't read this, pick it up. I promise you, if you're one of the people, and I know that they're out there, that did not care for Grant Morrison's Batman, I get that. This is not that.
No.
I promise it's not that.
This is these 2 creators
this comic
putting on a clinic. This is how you do
it. Is
an intercompany crossover. Full stop.
Yeah. Yep. It was pitch perfect in every way. Last week, I read Absolute Batman number 14, which was the conclusion
oh my God.
Of the Bane storyline, which I forget the name of it. Abomination?
Holy shit.
Absolute Batman number 14 is on my list of best comics I read all year long.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is a contender for my Golden Beppo for best of the year, which is saying something in a month that also included the Absolute Batman Annual.
Right. Which was amazing.
So there's going to be 2 comics that were a week apart that are both on my short list for best of the year, and they're both Absolute Batman. That book, I swear to God.
Holy shit. There's a guy I work with that, like, I came in and he was like, did you fucking read the new Absolute Batman? And he was like, and I was like, I haven't read it yet. Don't tell me. And he was like, oh my God, I just want to yell about it.
I know. And there's stuff that happens. If you go to our Discord for that week and you look at the discussion about that, there's stuff that happens that Brian Domingos was like, I wish they had not telegraphed that in a way that I will not spoil, because that leads to the spoiler. And you're kind of right. I agree with him there. But it's I have not stopped thinking about it, and we as a group have not stopped talking about it. It's
fucking
that good.
Rad. That's how great that book is.
Next week is the absolute Joker, and that thing looks like a fucking nightmare.
The cover is a complete nightmare. Yeah, complete nightmare.
I don't even know what they're doing.
I don't either.
Yeah. That's it for our new comic reviews, but now it's your turn. Head to our Discord and join in the new comic talk, and hit us up on this weekend's Gang Hang, where we will talk about comics, new and old, with you. Also, there's a whole lot of TV and movie shit, I think, that needs to be discussed.
Absolutely. I want to talk about some Renee Montoya Vic Sage thing, too. I want to get into it. It is time to head to the THN Sanctum Sanctorum to make our must-read comic picks for next Wednesday, December 10th. Joe Patrick, Christmas is coming. The nerds got to save their money. They got to buy gifts for people, right? They can only afford one comic book next week. What are they buying?
Well, for me, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 13 from IDW. It's written by Gene Luen Yang with art by Freddie Williams II. It's 32 pages for $4.99. Williams is an outstanding TMNT artist. He's done a lot of the crossover books, like the ones with Batman and the ones with, have they done TMNT Masters of the Universe? I think they have.
Was that Freddie Williams on that one too? Maybe, probably. He's done them all.
Freddie Williams did all of the TMNT Batman books. That I know for sure. And so it seems like he's a great fit for this. It is tough to imagine a writer who is less similar in tone and style than Jason Aaron than Gene Luen Yang.
I'm a little worried,
but
honestly.
I am really curious to see where Yang takes the story because he's so great.
I'm a little worried. And not because Yang is bad.
But I mean, like spoilers, but no spoilers. Like Aaron's run ends on kind of a happy note. So
I mean, sure. It's Jason Aaron's TMNT was fucking rad. It was great.
Yeah, but it's not like he's picking it up out of the gutter.
No, I know that. I know. We'll see. My pick for next week is Miss Truesdale and the Rise of Man, #1 from Dark Horse. It's written by Mike Mignola with art by Jesse Lonergan. It's 32 pages for $4.99. This is an easy pick. I love the Mignola versus Dark Horse. I love Jesse Lonergan's loose cartoon style. It's almost like the opposite of what we've seen on most of the Mignola-verse books, but this is a female-driven book, so it has a different feel, and she is great. I also love the first volume, Miss Truesdale and the Fall of Hyperborea. If you didn't read it, you missed out. I need to
read it. I missed it.
It was really, really good. This book's going to be fun as hell. Pick this up. You know, we talk a lot about the comics that we're reading on this show, but we want to hear about what you're reading and what we should be reading. Got something you think we should review? Let us know. Got something you think we should read next week, or you're excited to read next week? Hit us up. Tell us about it on our Discord. Tell us about it on the Gang Hang. We want to hear from you.
Excelsior!
That is it for THN 797. We done. If you dig our new comic show, check out our YouTube channel where we've got the new comics feed, the back issue show, and the Gang Hang exclusively lives there. Also, if you're downloading the show on a podcast feed, give us a star, give us a review, give us a rating, subscribe, do all the stuff. It helps us get in front of other listeners. We need your help, please.
Next week, the Back Issue Show returns, and we will begin our ongoing coverage of DCKO, because once it's a week old, it's a back issue.
Technically, yeah.
Okay, lawyered. KO is too big for our usual recap show, so we're going to tackle the event one show at a time until it's over.
That's right. And it's been a ride so far.
Yeah, and opinions are mixed. Matt likes to keep saying that it's great fun, but I am not convinced. More on that later. If you need more THN before then, join us for the THN Gang Hang on Saturdays at 11 o'clock Central Time. Check out our Discord for details at twoheadednerd.com/Discord.
THN is a listener-supported podcast. It wouldn't be possible without the generosity of donors like America's sweetheart and the guys with the sweetest voice you've ever heard, Mr. Michael Severe.
Just like honey.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I know he's upset just as upset as I am about how our Husker season turned out, and I'd love to talk to you about it sometime, Michael. If you support the show, like Michael, and suffer through Husker games, like the both of us, you can hear this week's extra. We are honoring our new tradition of shotgunning a shitload of holiday comics, good or bad. Yeah, I will say that a lot of them are not great, but it's also sort of like drinking a whole bunch of eggnog. It starts out great, and then you feel sick as hell after you've had too much. You can sign up to be a patron at patreon.com/two-headed nerd.
Before we go, our weekly shout out goes to our pal Tommy Trembath, who had a chance to interview none other than Grant fucking Morrison on her podcast, Transcending Comics, a couple of weeks ago.
We're doing it wrong, Joe. We're doing it wrong.
I don't, at this point.
Goddamn, that is awesome.
I'm not sure if there's any point in bothering.
That is
Take us
awesome.
out back behind the barn and put a bowl in
I know.
us. The episode is available now wherever you find your podcasts. Tommy, word to you. Congratulations. That is so awesome.
Until next time, true believers, remember to pre-order your comics. Your retailer might clap their hands so hard it blows your pants right off in front of everyone, revealing your embarrassing, ugly, dirty purples. This is the Two-Headed Nerd, signing off.